eggs. Eggs. Don't ask for context because we won't give it to you. We refuse on this.
We'll keep saying it.
But we will keep saying it for no apparent reason. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of the Hidden Path, where eggs are on the menu. I have no context.
Very expensive stream.
It is a very expensive stream. I was gonna say I'm drinking eggs. I'm not drinking eggs. Can you imagine if I was?
Oh,
man,
that would be hard to watch.
It would be hard. It's hard to imagine, much less I can't even imagine doing it. It's like, oh. And then in those movies where you have someone they pour. Was that in Rocky? He drinks like raw eggs or something like that. It was some movie
and
where
also Beauty and the Beast.
In Beauty and the Beast, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Gaston
does it. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, no, I'm definitely not doing that because I am not a criminal. Although some people would seem to disagree. No? I have been called a serial killer before, but that's just because I eat food cold. Apparently, that should not be eaten cold.
And there was all the murders, but he doesn't.
I know the murders, but mostly it was because I eat food cold.
I thought it was the judge that called you a murderer.
No, it was my friends. Mm-hmm. You know, apparently
what's the food you eat cold that you should.
Are you sure you want to know this?
God.
Are you sure you want to? So once upon a time, I sat down on video in Discord, minding my own business after going to the kitchen and getting a snack, and apparently eating corn out of a can is a crime to some people. And then they asked if I'd heaten it up, and I was like, no, it's a metal can. Why would I hold on to a metal can while it's heated? That's crazy.
Yeah, guys.
So apparently
running, giving myself salmonella.
I mean, it's just corn of can.
Botulism is far more likely in that situation.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I also ate cold spaghetti one time, just the noodles, because I didn't have sauce and I didn't feel like heating. Yeah. Like there was like
even
that.
Rachel looks disgusted in you. And you know that you've done wrong.
So I have apparently garnered the title serial killer because I eat food that is not normally eaten like a normal person. I also eat cold sandwiches at work, and they call me a serial killer food because I eat like a cold. I ate a turkey pesto cold one time, and they were like, "Nope, you're a serial killer." It's like it's just turkey with pesto. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I digress.
The least of your crimes.
I love that this is the song that then starts playing right now. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, it's great. The song is called Blue Milk Surprise by the Loft Cats. Love that. Just in case you were wondering. But yeah, welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of the Hidden Path, where we play a Star Wars 5e campaign that we run with our friends from across the galaxy, aka the Twitch universe. To my this way is Sai. Listen, you're in the same spot every time, okay? Here's our friend Sai. Go for it.
Hey everyone, I'm DM Shanks from Top Down Tabletop. I'm playing Sai Clardane, the human scout pilot who is I don't know, sort of the leader of this crew. I don't think anyone else wants to lead.
You go for it. You go right ahead.
You can catch me on Top Down Tabletop on Mondays, Tuesdays every week, and Saturdays every second week. Tomorrow we're playing some Tides of Zamali, so check us out. And other than that,
this is the true character development. You learned your schedule. I'm really proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You did not have to look off screen to look at Vix for yes or no. So
you've gotten into a rhythm now.
We're here for character development. We're here.
We love it. We love it.
I leveled up as a streamer. I'm now level 2.
Woo! He remembers. I mean, I can't say anything because I totally do the same thing sometimes. So. It's fine. Okay, and then over one more, we have the lovely Alkura.
Hi, I am Pip. I'm over at Marquee Gaming, and Yeah, I'll do art streams on Mondays at 3:30 CST if you want to hang out with me there. Or we have our Gothic Horror D&D 5e game, Mystical Mishaps, Sundays, 7 CST. This Sunday is super exciting because we're celebrating getting to 1K, which means that we're doing a giveaway. I drew stickers of all the characters that you could win, or a t-shirt that Ash, Salt and Ash in the chat, she printed like a block of like, she carves blocks like to put on shirts and stuff. So she carved a block like for Mystical Mishaps. So you could win a t-shirt of a block print that she did as well. So you show up on Sunday and you can enter our giveaway and get a chance to win some cool stuff. And in this game, I play Akura. She is a Jedi, homeschool Jedi. That's literally the only way I can describe her. I don't know how else to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, homeschool Jedi. And she's really hoping we can find her parents. And how do you be intimidating when you're mad, but also a little beep boop? I don't know. Figure it out.
Hello, beep boop. How else do you do a little beep boop but be a little beep boop? All right. Here to this direction is Lord Jensen. This way. We're doing the YMCA now, just this direction. Go, Lord.
Hey, I'm Sherry from Tabletop, Top Down Tabletop, whatever we're called.
Yeah.
I don't remember anymore. It's been too long.
Yeah. No, it's good.
I play there on Mondays and Mondays only because I'm busy. I also play here once a month. Lore, who is not a Jedi, not a Sith, technically a Sentinel, but what does that really mean?
She homeschooled?
We'll see what happens if, she dabbles in the dark a little bit too much or dabbles in the light.
I love that these are two different kind of homeschoolers here. We have the homeschooler that was like mom was involved with every step of the way, and then Lore, who was the homeschooler that was like teach your own stuff. Like they left her to her own devices, and she had correspondence course. She was correspondence course Jedi. The other one was like mom was there every step of the way.
I think Lore's more of the latchkey Jedi. She was taught right, and then she went home and was unsupervised and got into some dark shit.
Why are we talking about my real life too?
That is amazing. Like you'll be fine. Just give her a data pad with the Jedi histories on it. She'll read it. I'm sure.
Figure it out.
Eventually. Or she'll think it's boring. Who knows?
Yeah, it's fine. Did you do all your studies, Laura?
Private browsing, dark web.
Lore check.
Lore check. Beautiful. All right. And then over more this way, we have Akin.
Hello, I'm Martel. I play Akin. I'm here Wednesdays to play vampires. And I'm here some Fridays when Aaron decides that it's time.
And guess what? Tonight, it's time.
It is time. Akin is a Mandalorian mercenary. He's a fire team specialist, which basically means he's all about helping other people out, making them better in combat. And he's also very sad. But he's getting better.
Oh no!
He has a lot of eggs.
Funny.
He's got a lot of eggs.
Oh my God.
Little did he know the true cause of those eggs.
Oh my God, what was that?
Egg merchant, obviously.
My eggs! It's fine. It's fine. All right, let's jump into tonight's. Oh, wait, hold on. I need to make sure that
we all say happy birthday to you.
No! I was trying to go so fast. I was like, wait.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Birthday to
you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, look, the intro
We
is
think
playing.
you're cool, Aaron. We want you to feel appreciated.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
you.
I'm gonna go die in a hole now. Okay, bye. sun. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's always wild to come back to like the Star Wars vibe. Yes, indeed. A vibe check. The Star Wars world. Last we left off, we had the crew of ex-twin company. I was gonna say the name of the ship, and then my mind blanked, so I was like,
It's the
Twin Company.
Wayfinder.
That's right. The Wayfinder, the crew of the Wayfinder, the crew of Twin Company, these people right over here. We had them during a visit to Alkura's home world, trying to find some information about the location of her parents. A clue was discovered that led them down a wild bantha chase. So far, they have gone to Andelum, where the last clue received went there. They found a Crymora agent who had double-crossed Akura's parents and apparently had sold them off to a higher member within the Crymora crime syndicate. Taking them to Nar Shaddaa, the city world moon orbiting the Hutt homeworld of Nal Hutta. Along the journey, Akin also had discovered that his Mandalorian clan of Clan Moors had been, whomst had been missing for a while, seemed to be popping up in very peculiar clone-like circumstances. Upon reaching Nar Shaddaa, you guys had done some poking around quickly, and upon a very interesting entry into the spaceport, had discovered that perhaps Sai's old mentor is also here. After which, some more snooping around had discovered that he indeed was seen on a security cam, while also dealing with a very peculiar, shady individual whom the crew had delivered a package to just hours ago, cycles ago, however time works, I guess on whatever planet you're on. That must be really weird. Like,
That's confusing.
Right.
when you think about it, like your day and night cycles, if you're traveling from one planet to another, like you just constantly are in jet lag mode because you have to, body gets readjusted to like whatever cycle that you're on that planet of. Anyway.
I think we need to roleplay that just all the time now. We gotta factor that into our characters.
Into your characters, because then if you're like sleeping on a ship for like days, then you're not used to day and night cycle becomes relative. It's just whenever you're tired.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're in hyperspace for a week, you could be kind of preparing yourself for the planet that you're going to.
That's true.
These are the real questions that we need answers to.
Well, you're talking to an experienced scout and pilot here, right?
Yeah.
So,
Right. So clearly you would know, right? We're just gonna go with whatever you got cooked up in your head. Sure. This is great. Okay. How do you measure? Okay. Let's see. I think honestly we had left off with that where you guys had been poking around in on the security feed that you had downloaded through some very high successful rolls that were pretty ridiculous, if I do say so myself. And on the camera feed, you had seen, I was gonna say Thor.
Oh my gosh, he's here.
He's here. Thor's here. What?
Crossover?
Oh my goodness, Thor. It's like Thor. You're just missing. You go the French route and you just take off the consonant, it just becomes Thor.
I
Right?
think Tor's the old
yes,
Norse.
that's what I was going for. Is a
Yeah.
French Thor.
French Thor. Bonjour, I have my hammer. Okay, so oh my gosh, I should not have had coffee. All right, so that's where we will pick up then. here. As you are sitting in this alley outside of the ship. What was the name of Tor's ship? Did Tor's ship have a name?
I did not come up with a name for his new ship. No.
Okay, no, it's fine. I was like, man, is this a note that I did not have somewhere? I don't think so.
No,
Okay,
the Wayfinder was his old ship, and that's what he gave to Sai.
Heard. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, this new ship. That's right. I was like, I knew that there was a ship involved with Tor. I thought it was the other way around. Okay, so you're looking at the screen, Sai, as you see your old mentor and this Kelman DeSalle walk down the gangway, I guess, from the docking pad through the sealed gates that are currently locked right now. And that's the last of the security cam feed that you had gotten, was just like them walking out of line of sight.
That was unexpected. Seems Kelman DeSalle is at least aware that Tor's here. Maybe we need to go and ask him some more questions.
Who was that guy? Laura didn't see any of it. Like, I don't think she ever met. I don't know if she was even paying attention to the smuggling part, to be honest.
He's the guy that took our suspicious package.
Yeah.
Oh, was that box you told me I shouldn't touch? Oh, okay.
Everybody nods. Yes.
Everyone at
told her
separate points
separately.
told her not to touch it.
It's like a little montage of like, don't touch that, and then like like 6 hours later, don't touch that.
I'm edging closer to it. Don't touch that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Grogu moment with the frogs.
No. That's amazing.
Did you guys ever figure out what was in that thing?
No.
No.
Though maybe we're about to find out, since we're about to go ask some more questions, even though we're not supposed to.
Where is he?
That's a good question.
Oh.
That's a good. You say that as you turn around, Alkura, as you follow Sai's line of sight, as he looks back the way you came, and you see this sprawling cityscape that covers the horizon. There's like multiple levels. As you see, there are ships that are docking up high. You see ships that are literally like at speed, just kind of going down, like into like the lower levels of the city. You peek down over the edge of a hand railing, because Nar Shaddaa is not the Empire. They believe in handrails there. You peek over the handrail, and you can see that the ship disappears into smog and fog, probably like 200 feet down. It just like you see this ship like get enveloped in the billowing as it's like it's going fast enough to where it's like it's not about to land. It's just going and then another one comes out of it. Like it's just chaos and people
Aaron,
everywhere.
Given that we're currently patched into the dock's camera system, is there a camera facing out towards the exits? Like, could I check the direction he went in after he left our ship?
Maybe if you had go back in and download another one.
I'm not against the idea.
So another question. When we handed it off, he said that he would maybe contact us about more work. Was that a one-way contact, or do we have his contact?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
I thought you were talking to everybody. I was like, it was more of he knows how to reach you.
Okay. Okay. Well, then I guess I'll just say, He said he might reach out if he has more work. So if we can't find him immediately like this,
We could potentially just wait.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, the
Cor-
whole reason we were looking for Sai was that he'd be a hell of a boon against both the Empire and the Crimora. And if
Yeah.
ship's been here for how long was it? Like weeks, right?
I want to say I thought it was like 3 days.
I thought it was 3
I
days
thought it was
too.
3 days.
Is that all it was? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's been 3 days.
Well, even 3 days, he hasn't come back to it in 3 days. That's not like him.
We're
You'd at least
also
check
on
on
a
it.
timer.
Yes.
Sorry,
we
what?
are.
Time
I
limit?
said we're also on a timer though. Yeah.
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 Although,
I'll-
for all we know, this Kelman DeSaul is Crimora himself. We really don't know. We don't know anyone we're dealing with at the moment.
A lot of weird coincidences with you people.
Yeah. Well, I think it's what these two would call the will of the Force.
and I was gonna say, Alcura, like in this moment, you probably hear a memory of your mom's going, talking about the will of the Force, and you're like,
Yeah.
like you're thinking about saying it, and then Sai says,
You know, that's so funny you say that, Sai, because that's what my mom would say all the time. So, like, I, of course, agree with her.
I think both Lore and Alcura would notice that for the first time Sai said something like the will of the Force, he didn't roll his eyes at it.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
definitely seems like there's a
coincidences.
lot of people here that need to be here, potentially. Maybe.
Things are coming to a head, it looks like.
hmm Well, I also thought of something. Our friend, and I like whisper, Donatello, like the Jedi. He gave us his like communicator. Like maybe he has heard something. I don't know. Don't they have like a whole network?
That's true. I doubt the Jedi have much of a network here.
Yeah. Although I was thinking if we can help my mom, she's gonna need a place to hide anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Once we get them free,
yeah.
definitely.
But if we could call him now and see if he knows anything, and then be like, but if he doesn't, it's fine, because I could just be like, prep your coolest hiding place, please. Then
Couldn't hurt.
yeah.
hurt.
So,
Make the call.
if you guys feel okay. Okay. Does anyone want to talk to him, or do you want me to call him? No, you have a really rigorous shaking of your head there. Tell Akin. Dang it.
Akin definitely doesn't want to size like.
Go
Okay,
ahead,
I'll do this.
Alcura. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Do you want to say hi, Laura?
Mm,
No, okay.
I'll stay out of it.
Okay. Sounds good. Across the galaxy, Duntillo feels a little hurt feelings for some reason. He doesn't know why.
I just got really sad, as if someone didn't want to talk to me. Beautiful. Okay. Do you guys are make a perception check for me?
Yeah, okay. So 14.
24.
0.
12. 0.
You have a minus?
Yes.
His helmet's fogging up, all right?
Yeah, it's just really muggy for whatever reason here. It's crazy. Okay. Let me see. As you are standing here, we're gonna say that like this little landing pad and the gangway that you are on is kind of out of the way. There's not a lot of people like coming and going here because it's kind of like, how do I put this? This is like a very specific, not a hallway, but like it's almost like it goes off around the side of a building to get to this particular landing pad. So there's not a lot of cross traffic at all. It's just kind of just one of those semi-secluded, more just like off to the side, private landing pad, we'll call it. But as you guys post up here on the side, some of you look down and around, and you can see some of the other little gangways that are like filled with people. You see a couple of little brightly lit neon and holographic signs of like the various cantinas, the various shops that are in this area before it becomes kind of like slum and what's it called? Slum and housing, I guess you could say. That kind of goes further down and up on top like things. So you feel pretty confident that this is a very decently private enough space. You know, they're not going to get a lot of people that are going to be walking back and forth. Yeah, Atkins' visor is completely fogged up because it's humid as fuck here, so totally makes sense.
Planet.
Beautiful. Okay. But
So
yes.
it feels safe to do that here.
Yeah, I mean, you can, like, there's definitely like other places that you could go if you wanted to, but there will be more people at like a cafe or a bar or something like that. But here, you feel pretty confident.
Okay. I'll like whip out the communicator, and I'll like kind of go in a little corner too, just so it's not quite as visible. If I feel like that's a good one place.
Sure.
No, beep beep boop beep.
Oh. I was like, and then, yeah, you press the com badge, and there is that like the brief little sound of the computer as it makes the makes like a little bit of a connection there. And then when it finally like stops, it like you hear like a space, like open line kind of thing, and you hear his voice on the other side.
Hello?
Oh, hi. Is this line secure? I've always wanted to say that, but I'm actually wondering.
This line is secure.
Okay. Hi, do you know who this is? Is there caller ID?
I'm assuming by a hunch this would be Alkura.
Good job using the force to figure that out.
It is what I do.
Hey, so I have two things. Well, how are you?
I am well, thank you.
Oh.
How are you?
You know, I'm hanging in there. We
Oh no.
are looking. Yeah, I'm looking for.
I'm sorry.
Oh, what?
No, I'm your tone seems to imply that perhaps not all of the things are going as well as they could be.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. There's a trade-off for my mom and dad with Empire and Crimora here on Nar Shaddaa. Like today or something, I think. Soon.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
So we're trying
You're there?
to intersect. Yeah. Yep.
Akura.
Yeah.
Be careful, please.
Definitely. I was actually wondering if you heard anything through your super cool network.
I will have to pass on that particular exact line to Neenan. She will really appreciate the super cool network.
Yeah.
I can't say that I have. Mostly because I have not been listening for anything particular. I was just waiting to see what the result was of you going to your home. Now that I know it's not as good as we had hoped, I can try and see what I can find.
Man, I totally should have called you sooner, huh?
No, Akura, you're free to do as the Force guides you to do.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah,
Do not
it's been
worry.
chaotic for sure. Yeah.
Well, if you find yourself going from, was it Kefbir, all the way
Yeah.
to Nar Shaddaa in such a short span of time, I can only imagine.
Yeah, definitely. Just kind of following the trail at this point.
And it's good to do so before it gets cold.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how you track down like someone in an entire giant city?
I don't think you're going to like the answer.
Is it like ask everybody?
Oh, well, no, definitely. I would definitely advise not to ask everyone. That would be also probably a very bad idea.
Yeah.
What does the Force tell you?
Oh my gosh. You know what though? I've been so stressed out. It's been really hard to like connect, you know? So I don't really know. I'm just freaked out.
I don't think that perhaps now would be the appropriate time for a lesson, but I would suggest centering yourself and focusing on one problem at a time.
Yeah, okay. I guess, yeah, that's pretty good advice.
You're extremely talented, Alcura. I have faith and trust in the Force that it will guide you as only if you allow it to.
That's so nice. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's really good advice. I'll try that.
Also,
Yeah.
Breathe.
Okay, yeah. Good advice too. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely good.
Nar Shaddaa is extremely dangerous, and there are many many vile things that happen there. I don't have any contacts off the top of my head that could help you immediately, but I'll see what I can find out. And
Okay.
I will reach out as soon as I know anything.
Thanks. That'd be really helpful. And I guess like I know you guys if we're able to intercept everything, I don't know if there's like a place you could hide my mom if she needs it.
If she needs it and wishes it,
Yeah.
we are at your disposal.
Thanks.
Of course.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Is there anything you need here? Like, I mean, this place is huge, but
I hear that there's some amazing fried wontons. I've always wanted to try those.
oh, okay. How long do they?
I have no idea. I'm just.
I was trying to figure out how long they keep for you, so I could like store them. You know, because it could be. Who knows?
You know, with the marvels of carbonite freezing, I'm sure you can manage something.
Mini ones like the size of like a countertop that you can freeze like your food.
Just don't bring it up to Sai anytime soon, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, keep that. We might keep that joke between us.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, first inside joke. So fun. Okay. All right. Thank you. That's super helpful. I appreciate it.
Of course. Take care of yourself, Alcura. May the Force
You
be with
too.
you.
And may the Force be with you. And everyone says hi.
Tell them I said hello as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
It was so hard to not laugh. Oh, okay. That was like that was amazing. I loved every moment of that. Definitely first time calling calling friends like, "Hi, how are you? Good. How are you?
Hey,
What are you up to?"
bestie.
Beautiful.
I put away the communicator and I'm like, well, he says hi to you all.
3 very unimpressed faces.
Did he have anything more constructive to say?
That's amazing.
He said he'll start looking into it. I honestly feel like I should have called him like a couple days ago or something, so he'd have time. But he'll like check his contacts and he'll get back to me if he finds something. He did say though, we should focus on one thing at a time, and that I should center myself on the forest because I am so anxious right now. So I'm gonna sit in this corner for a minute. You guys just talk.
You look down and there's just like it's just like metal that's like it's got a sheen of a layer of you can't tell if it's mud, grease, or some sort of abomination. Yeah. You're like, yes, right somewhere.
Alcura, is there any way you can do that while walking?
If I can hold onto someone's arm or shoulder, please. Or hand.
He sighs and like extends his hand out to her.
Hey.
You're like, I'm just gonna
Perfect.
pretend to be blind for a second. Just just lead me.
that won't draw attention to Dashanai at all.
And Sai would like to head back to their ship, and he's going to try to attempt to pick up the trail of Kelman when they get there.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. Walking by, as you walk back that direction, go ahead and make another perception check for me.
I'm not perceiving, I'm meditating.
All right. I mean, you can also just wait till you get back to the ship if you want to.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
You don't have to do it. She took the advice literally right now.
I mean, it's fine if she wants to do it on the way. That because I do want to kind of pick up the trail and get moving once we get there too.
Yeah.
So
I'll try, and if it's not
the longer
working,
we
then I'll
wait, the
insist
harder.
I sit for 5 minutes once we get there.
I mean, totally fair.
Yeah. Make a.
And perception was 10, by the way, because I'm rolling fantastically today.
16.
You cleaned out your visor.
Yeah. You just gotta spit on the inside and then you rub it in there so that it doesn't do that. Like when you do with goggles, it's the same thing.
Don't judge me.
No judgments. No judgments. Okay. Akura, your force skills are charisma based, right? Or are they wisdom based?
Yeah, charisma. Yeah.
Charisma. Okay. Give me then a charisma check with using your Oh my gosh, not expertise. That's rogues. What's the word I'm looking
Proficiency?
for? Proficiency. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, that sounds good. What's my proficiency right now? Okay. Girl, every time I try to meditate, I've been rolling ones. It's crazy.
Did you roll a 1 again?
I rolled another one, yeah. So it's
Oh boy.
+8, so 9.
It's still crazy to me that it's like a +8 is really good. So
Yeah.
like that's
Still
it's not terrible. You're not doing.
She's really good at what she does, but
It's just right now. It's just
Yeah.
she could be better. It's just right now. It's just it's still difficult, which is fair because you're also walking. So this was your
Yeah.
preliminary. This was your preliminary.
Yes. My
It's
practice
fine. It's your
round.
practice round. It's fine. I will say that as you were following sides, you guys are like single file, kind of like navigating back through the crowd, starting to find your way, and in doing this. What would you say that you are trying to focus on? You said you were trying to meditate, try to center yourself, but is there something particular
Yeah.
you're trying to focus on?
Like an idea almost of like how to find like where to go next, I guess. Whether that be seeing if she can sense like her mom around might be like an avenue she might try and go towards, or like maybe even sensing some sort of like discord somewhere that feels extra bad or something.
Okay.
So.
Basically trying to center in the force in a way that would give you a path to take.
Yeah.
And it's one of those moments where as you're following behind Sai and you're navigating your way through this underbelly of a city planet, or we'll just call it a city, of this city. Alkura hasn't really spent a whole lot of time in the galaxy, I would imagine. There's been, I mean, you have, but the amount of life that is here, even if it is a criminal underbelly of a place, like there is still so much life here. And there's still, like, from sentient creatures to none, like the little creatures that run and scurry along the rooftops and wires and cables, to the little bitty insects that are just like crawling around the bottom, scuttering the little more rodenty vermin kind of things. Like you see ships passing by. Like it's just, there's so much. And then to try and find a path within it, it's like being, you think back to a particular lesson of your mother's on Kefbir. You're talking about the Force and focusing in on a school of fish and how they navigate like separately yet unitedly. And you're seeing all these people that are moving in almost like a school. Like you have people going one direction, another direction, and you, for a brief moment, feel this tug of life. And then you kind of lose it because it's so overwhelming, because there's so many people and there's so many diverging threads of life in the Force and the way it moves through everything and everyone. And even though maybe you don't find a path, I would say that Akura learns something in that even in a place like this that seems so far out of tune from what someone would consider a hub of force, like the Force still exists here. And maybe somehow even here, with a little more persistence and a little more focus, it can be just as clear as navigating and swimming in the water or walking through a forest. Even if nature doesn't seem to thrive here as much, there is still so much life, whether it be good or bad. And it's just something that kind of like maybe pops through one side of Alkura's brain and then out the other, even if it's just fleeting for the moment. I think it's an interesting lesson.
It's comforting too, in a way, you know.
And
like
even
nothing's
if
changed in some ways, you know.
Exactly. And that maybe even though like that focus was like hearing what Tillo had said earlier, maybe it wasn't necessarily a grounding, focusing moment, but it kind of calms that anxiousness that there is the possibility of finding your way. It's not impossible. It just didn't happen right now, but it's not impossible. And so that sparks a little bit more of that excitement in seeing the possibilities here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And on the flip side of this, while you're having this deep connection to the universe around you, it's like Sai, as you lead the crew back to the ship, your mind is just kind of replaying things, not just everything that has just happened within the last 24 hours, but everything that had happened on Cabre, all of this past that is kind of circling back around, and thinking about what Akin said about the amount of I think it was Akin that had just said that about the amount of coincidence that is just circling around, and how crazy that is. And for someone who perhaps has a maybe not a tainted view of the Force, but just a very particular perspective, this is one of those begrudgingly annoying examples of, even though you would never admit it out loud, of them being right. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, it's one of those things when you see a fact and you're like, you hate that you're seeing this fact and you tell yourself it's not, but at the same time, like, all of these coincidences lining up in such a way, it's annoying.
Definitely. Sai doesn't want to admit that it's even on his mind that somehow the Force maybe brought everyone to this place at this time. But there's this little part in the back of his head that's going, if they're right, though, maybe the Force will get us back to Tor.
Yeah.
And everything will turn out fine.
And it's what is Sai's mindset when it comes to that possibility? Because I'm still myself getting to know Sai as an individual too. So it's just like, in thinking that, would that thought of maybe it will all turn out right, is that comforting or is that almost more scary?
I think in most cases, he would find it unpleasant to even consider that he'd have to rethink his whole galaxy view, his whole world view. But in this moment, with everything being up in the air, Alkura's parents being at risk, Tor maybe in the hands of the enemy, all of this kind of coming to a head, the Empire on their way, I guess at this moment, hope has taken a higher priority in his thoughts than holding on to what he believes.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he's a little bit more open to the idea inwardly than he normally would be.
Right. I'm just trying to get a kind of like a bead on where like everyone's mind's at, and like Akin, I'm assuming right now you're still thinking about your family here.
Yeah, trying our best to keep our mind on the task at hand. And that does still involve thinking about my family, unfortunately, because if we get into a firefight, it may very well be with one of them. So there's a little bit of like, thinking about how they were outfitted on Kef Beer, how they fought, where they might be in their training. But then, occasionally he finds himself slipping into like, and then when they grow up, they'll be these people.
Yeah. And lore.
Anyway.
No, that makes sense. Laura, what's going on in your head right now?
She's still sort of focused on thinking about the conversation she had with her master and how her feelings are like at odd with connection and lack of connection with him, and this connection that she's been building with the team. And then Tor, everything sort of just like gets torn up inside of her, figuring out like, this person that they no longer work together, and now he might be in trouble, and her mind's just like swirling of like, is connection a good thing? Does this make me more vulnerable? And weighing sort of that balance between the two, or struggling to, at least.
Right. Before you realize that you're back at the hangar with the Wayfinder, your mind's all in your own like headspace as you guys are navigating through the crowds, and the door opens as you approach over to the side, and in this nice secluded and I guess like kind of tucked away hidey hole where the Wayfinder is, once the doors shut on the other side behind you, it kind of feels less like you're out in the open. It kind of like focuses your minds back into the moment, and you get back on the ship. Well, so what would you like to do?
Well, Alcura, if you need to, take a minute, do your force thing. I'm gonna see if there's any trace evidence left behind by Kelman, and then we're gonna see if we can pick up his trail before it gets too cold. I've done a lot of tracking in my day, but crowded city like this is a lot harder than out in the wilderness.
If you don't mind, I can come and help.
That'd be great.
Okay. Sounds good. Maybe if you hear anything about that, what's that guy's name? The guy that leads Karimora. People might still be talking about him too.
What's his name?
Hold on, I can look at my notes.
Was it Ilios? Captain Ilios?
Yeah, Captain Ilios, yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Sai, you're going to do your what is your thought process with this?
Again, Sai's kind of an experienced tracker, usually more in the wilderness than in cities, but he's done some. But people often leave behind little bits of trace evidence that most would go unnoticed. Maybe something distinctive, something came off his boots, I don't know. I'm gonna just take a look around, see if anything's left behind, and if not, then we're gonna kind of venture out in the direction he went in and kind of see if we can pick up anything.
Okay. So Sai and Lore, you guys are gonna go basically kind of track, right?
A little bit. We won't go too far without the full group. Just kind of the edge of the docks maybe, and take a look out and see if we can see anything.
Right. Okay. And then Akin, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna stay behind and guard the ship.
Okay. Beautiful. Akura, go ahead and do the same check of your charisma roll with your you always want to say perception. It's either perception or expertise. That's all. That's the only two words that I know.
Proficiency.
Proficiency, yes, with your proficiency, but do it with advantage this time, as you are in a calmer environment. And
I go to my room.
Mhm.
I close the door.
Mhm.
I tell Zippy to turn on my favorite music. Then I meditate.
That's the cue, Aaron. Put the song on.
Put the song on, yeah.
The song on Zippy.
But you know which one that I love. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. You. Let's see here. Is this the right song? This might be the one. Yeah. Sure, we'll go with. Well, this one sounds a lot darker than I was expecting. Oh, this is
that sounds very threatening. That's not the one we wanted. We wanted
this is
one that
this is the one.
hints at a happy ending for everyone.
Our girl only listens to like heavy death metal.
It's literally it's the from Giant Survivor. It's the one of the songs that the Who has.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good too. I love that one. Okay, I'll roll now.
Yeah. You're just like you zone it. You put your headphones in, and you're just like you feel the vibe of the music, and you can just like totally. Yeah, it's like yeah, you're just vibing with the music, but then you feel yourself riding those waves of the sound and the voice, and you kind of use the melody to kind of like zone out and
Yes.
zone out, but hone
And
in.
own it to
Yeah.
the force. That's right. Okay. 24 this time.
Hey,
Rolled
much
way better.
much better. Beautiful. So you're doing that. You okay, we'll get back to you on that one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Where is you, Sai, and Lore, you guys go out of the hangar. There's a bit of a hallway that before you get out to like one of the main avenues of where the people are going. You look around. Go ahead and do an investigation or perception check, whichever one you guys are wanting to do with this.
All right. That is a 21 for investigation.
21. Beautiful.
14 this time for me.
Okay.
Perception.
Okay. Perception. Are you trying to use the force at all with this? Or are you just going to be looking?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and add your proficiency then to it.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Starting out. Well, we'll say starting outside of the Wayfinder, you do a kind of like scanning around just to see if there's anything maybe on his, like you said, off his boot, any sort of mud. Unfortunately, there's no physical clues here. So, and there's probably a moment where Sai's like, man, you really. You kind of think, man, if hindsight being 2020, having had this package here, like, it's like, man, if we only had known that there would be any sort of connection. But
Yo.
you kind of like, you think about what clues you did have of this job with no questions. Like there's like a kind of a scientist person involved. It seemed like very particular about it not being disturbed, not being shaken, there being air. Like there's just so many random things. You then take your investigation out into the hallway and then out into the space around where the people are like going back and forth again, milling about. Time of day, we're gonna say that now it's kind of getting into the evening dinner time, so you see a lot more people kind of going into some of the local cantinas, going into like the little vendors that have the outside eatery vendors are now kind of like filling up with lines of people as they're like getting Southless, was it the Southless crumb on a stick or whatever? They're just like any sort of like little, maybe some porgs. There's some porgs on a stick too. Just like any sort of random things. Is like the smell of food is strong. Using that, you kind of look around the different layers of people like the different layers that you find yourself on the edges of the city where it goes up and down. You look up and you see just apartments, housing, probably not. Like this guy didn't seem like he was a local. So you kind of start scratching things off of your list. Like, we're probably not going to go up. You look across like this urban canyon to some of the other sides, and you see a couple of, like I said earlier, like there was a couple of these cantinas that are like, sprinkled about. And maybe he could be going to one of these places to kind of chill if they're really close to where he's at. Maybe doing some minor scout work, some minor, like a directory sort of thing. You're not far from some of the major centers of this section of Nar Shaddaa. There's like a gladiatorial arena that's not too far off. There's some warehouses that's not too far off. Those are always sketchy. Maybe there could be something there. But then with these kind of places, they're going to have eyes. If there are anything sketchy going on there, they're going to have more eyes on them to, watch them, So that could both work to your advantage, that maybe there could be something that you could hack into there, but then also that means that you run a higher chance of being spotted yourself. You see the flow of people going further down. It gets sketchier, seedier, but maybe, you could catch some criminals in the act or something. Like, you can definitely see I think we had talked about before too, the very almost obvious gangs that kind of run together. Some of them sticking to some areas over others. You could probably ask around for more, like what sections to avoid while you're actually trying to find out, like, where do the Crimora like hang out more or whatever. So you have some options there. You could do some casual snooping at probably some of the cantinas. You have, off the top of my head, definitely not on a list that I have or anything. There are 5 that you can see. There's the Drunken Jawas, Secret Hut Shack, Carlo's Bounty, 5D for 3D, and then you kind of like groan to yourself, Schlurps After Hours.
Okay. What was 3 and 4 there? I think I missed them.
3 was Carlo's Bounty.
Okay.
And then 4 was 5D for 3D.
All right.
Judging by the few that you have seen, this one seems like that 5D for 3D is written in normal Arabesh, but then below it is written in binary. Might be a droid bar.
All right. Well, not exactly leads, but options, potential leads. You find anything else, Laura? You are muted. Every time.
It's fine.
Every single
That's
time. She basically just said, no, not much more than you.
You, Lore, I would say that you probably the same. Just there's so much life everywhere that it kind of gets a little more on the overwhelming side. Having not really, I'm trying to remember. Was it just Akin that dealt with the guy, or were you there too? I'm trying to remember.
She was there too. I
I
think.
was there. I don't think I said anything.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's right. Because you had talked more to the dock worker lady, I think, right? She's like, I don't know. It was like the dock worker lady was the other person that had come in, and I think you had gone up to ask her because it was the whole situation of like, have a good day, and then I accidentally just said she jumped out the window. When I went out the window, when I went out the door. But yeah, no, there's not a specific like line that you're getting right now.
What do you think we should do now?
Go back, see if Alcor has picked anything up, and then we'll head into the city, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah. If there's something, I wish I could just get like a moment of quiet where I could really focus.
You're welcome to.
There's just so much going around.
You don't think this is all actually, the will of the Force and all that? All this coincidence?
Yes and no. I mean, I feel like the Force is there and it does impact things, but you can also impact the outcome. So.
Fair enough. I don't know how any of this works or what I'm supposed to think about it. A lot of coincidences, a lot of our journeys kind of centering on this exact planet at this exact time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But
You ever just have all the hairs on the back of your neck just stand up all at once?
I have, but I'm not feeling that just yet. The last time that happened was not a very good memory. So things go to shit, then I'll probably be happening. Or like right before.
I've had it happen a number of times. Every time it always meant something big was about to happen. Like right before I died in front of the Crimora. Right before I reconnected with Tor and got the Wayfinder. Right before I got frozen.
And so now it's happening to you again.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Well, let's see what happens then.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. I'm just gonna make sure I've got all my blasters on hand.
You look down and all your blasters are gone. I'm just kidding. You're like, wait, I've been robbed.
Imagine.
And I'm not wearing pants, and I forgot my bath test.
Someone put was it like in Skyrim when you put like a basket over someone's head and you just steal that from everything? Like, wait, how did this basket get here?
All right, well, we're gonna head back to the ship and reconvene with the others.
Okay.
This quest can be unlocked once you have progressed more in the main story.
Alcura. Vibing to the music as you have been. You find yourself in the same floating mindset that you had been earlier, except that now you're not moving. And it's a little quieter and a little easier to think. And then you find yourself finding that spreading branch of the Force. Every little bead of light in your mind. Okay, calm down. And I killed them all! This was
You're turn evil here? Is that what you're wanting me to do?
Yeah, you're just like, what would happen if I just crushed them like this?
Suddenly, a bunch of younglings appear before you.
That's hilarious. There we go. Okay. You had, in a strange way, there had been such this positive note before of just like connecting with the force that's everywhere. Now that you're able to really focus in, you start to feel a different sort of vibe to this city. Yes, on the surface level, there is life. There is all of these people. Now you feel that you're focusing in on it even more. You sense now a darkness to this place. And it may not be necessarily like the dark side or the force, but it's more of just... You remember Tillo's words of, being cautious, that there's a lot of vileness here. You start to feel that, and maybe it's part of a part of the combination of yours focusing in with the force, but also with your Zeltron ability of like sensing people's emotions. This place feels grimy. You can sense here and there the feeling of good, but that is such a barely a spark here. Like, people are doing everything they can to survive, and maybe this is one of the first times that Alcura has come across that sort of mentality in such a widespread feeling. You have been relatively, well, sheltered for sure, but like small groups of people, even in cities. Like, maybe this is not one of your first times focusing in on people in this kind of environment, and you're like, okay, this is definitely a different Pazak game. Like, it's not your average city. You think of what Sai had been telling you about, being tough and being on your toes here. And while you got that, but now you're starting to feel it on the how dangerous this place can be. You try and focus then on anything that might help you garner a place, a path, somewhere to be, someone to see. The pressing, ticking clock of, did you get here before your parents, or did you get here after? Like, you try and focus in on that. You don't sense your mother's presence nearby. You don't sense your father either. Maybe that's a good sign. Okay, maybe that's a good sign. You focus then instead on where the force might guide you to where you would need to be. And at first, it's just space, just gray. Nothing seems to really stick out until time. Soon. A sense of foreboding? Maybe not. Maybe that's not the right term. Things are going to line up soon. Okay, you get that message pretty clear. You see flashes of people's faces. It's almost like standing still as streams of people are walking by and around you. Did you get to see that Kelman character?
Mm-mm.
Did you see it? But did you see him on the video screen or no?
Oh, I guess I saw him on the video
On the
screen.
video
Yeah.
screen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kelman focuses in, and though you've only seen him on a screen, something is telling you he is a center point to a lot of something. All right, so maybe you do have a path. Did you ever meet Tor? No, right? I don't think
I
so.
don't think I did.
No, I think she joined us afterwards.
Yeah. I heard a lot about
You've
him, and I
heard a
guess I
lot.
saw him on the camera too. but-
Right. You saw him on the camera. Another face flashes in your mind. It's not the one that was on the camera. This is a person you've never seen before. A man, a young man, maybe mid to late 20s. He's wearing white. But and you personally have like a face in like you can see very clean cut but with devious eyes. Dark black hair that's like slicked back. Almost looks military, but then not. This is not a military man. This is someone you should be aware of. He gives you a predatory feeling, like being on the other side of a cage, like a shark cage. Like it's like that sense of like, you know that there's distance, but you still feel in danger. And that's what this person, the vibe that this person gives. These two faces are key. Somehow. I'll say that there's about this point whenever, if Sai, would you go to see if check in on Akura?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll say that like right when you're starting to kind of get the ick from this person, you hear that your door open.
Question, does it feel at all like either of those two that I'm sensing, does it feel like they can sense me at all, or does it just feel like one-sided?
It feels one-sided. It's
Okay.
it's kind of like this is would be the forced equivalent of Guess Who, where you're like looking through all of these faces, but then for whatever reason, like these two people are center points for something.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of open my eyes because I probably like sense something, and I like rip off my headphones. Like, oh, hi, Sai.
Hi. Did you figure something out?
Yeah, I think so, sorta. Yeah, the song works every time.
Every time. You can still hear it like faintly playing.
Okay. Yes. Two people. They seem important. Should we just like gather everybody? Did you find anything?
Not really. I got options, but
Oh.
no solid leads.
Okay. Yeah.
But who are these two people? Who's important?
Yeah, you know, I've never like sensed like so many people at once. This is like crazy. My brain hurts a little bit. Okay, so there was the guy that hired you, or that picked him up or whatever, picked up the weird thing. What's his name?
Helman DeSaul.
That guy. So I saw him totally, and it seems like I got the sense that he's central to a lot of this. So I don't know how, but he just feels really, really important.
Yeah.
So theory confirmed. Good job. And then there's another guy, and I don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. But he has like black hair. He's like wearing white. He seems really dangerous to me. Like I was kind of freaked out thinking about him.
Mhm.
And I don't know like who he is or what he has to do with anything. I don't think he's military. He didn't seem like it. But I'd know his face if I saw it again.
Anything about that description stand out to Sai, Aaron?
Not without seeing exactly who she was talking about, probably. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
like wearing white is not a commonplace thing, I would say. Like, it's not white gets dirty really easy, and you can't
Yeah.
imagine anybody wearing white in Nar Shaddaa for long. So that's kind of note. You're like, okay, well, that would kind of stand out because who would wear white? And you're like, your mind starts thinking like, well, maybe like scientists, maybe someone who's trying to show their importance or wealth,
Or Imperials.
or Imperials.
What species was he?
He was human.
He was human. Okay. He was like, I don't know, probably a few years older than me. Mid-20s or something.
All
It's
right,
not, like,
we'll keep an
old.
eye out.
Yeah. But
Well,
those are
point
things.
him out if we see him.
Yeah, I'll elbow you if I see him.
How about a code word, just in case we don't want to give away our intention.
What should the code word be? I'm bad at thinking of code words. I don't think I'm gonna think of a good one. It's gonna
You
be
said he
stupid.
was-
I just know it.
You said he was wearing white. How about you work the word blank into a situation?
Oh, I could do that. That one's actually great. That's perfect. Okay.
All right. Well, we have some confirmation then, but no real leads yet. So I guess it's time we start hitting the pavement.
Yeah. Let's find that guy.
You good, Akin?
Yeah, let's roll.
You've been quiet today.
Yeah. Big city. A little overwhelming. Trying to make sure you guys stay out of trouble.
That's funny. We've been looking for trouble since we got here.
True.
Fair enough. Let's do it.
Awesome.
All right. Where would you guys like to go?
Really, honestly, no idea, but I guess we'll start at the Drunken Jawas.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Go to the DMV. Yeah.
Go to the
I
DMV.
actually, I
wait.
can actually speak Jawa, so
Can you?
yeah.
That is amazing. I'm very glad to
So
hear
can
that.
I?
Can you really?
Hey!
Hey.
We should just start speaking that. No one else.
Yeah, it's your new secret language now.
Yeah.
It's good for getting parts when you need them without asking questions.
Truth. Okay, beautiful. All right. Destination in mind, the Drunken Jawa. There's a part of you when you tell everybody that you're going to a place called the Drunken Jawa that like there's just like that sounds like trouble. But also how much trouble could drunken Jawas be? Jawas in this place, like there's a lot of questions now. And we'll get to those questions after the break.
I knew it was coming, but
all my stuff to my
This is the one and only time when I would definitely suggest super gluing your stuff to yourself. But make sure that you have the adhesive remover for afterwards. Yeah, definitely. All right. Yes, drunken Irish Jawas would be such a vibe. Oh my gosh. All right.
Oh, teeny.
Bootini? Bootini? All right. Beautiful. All right. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon. Cheers! I don't know. Whatever. That's just where we're at. Slightly.
You got to be careful with that gesture on the internet. You know?
Yeah, I know. Graham, hello. hello. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hi, Graham.
All right. So, let's play something exciting. All right. You guys are making your way through Nar Shaddaa. And as you do so, you
The culture here.
yeah, this is the Drunken Jawa. So you the entrance itself surprisingly doesn't have that many Jawas out front of it. It has what looks like an outline of a Jawa, but then in Arabish, it says, you know, the Drunken Jawa, and the Jawa is like doing this off to the side. It looks like it's like falling over, and then on the other side it's like on either side there's Jawas that are just going like off like that. Well, I guess you can't really see their mouth because, you know, you can never see their mouth, but they're just going like this on either side of it. Going on the inside, you get the immediate smell of rust. It's a very strange. There's a lot of strange odors when you go into the Drunken Jawa, but yet here we are. Let's see here. Let's see here. We'll do this one. Whoa, that's heckin' loud.
I'm scared.
Oh, this one has music already in it. Beautiful. All right. Okay. No, I don't like this. This is terrible. I will just stick with what I was playing. It's fine, because this gives Jawa vibes. All right. Going into this place, looking around, you can see a couple of booths. You can see a couple of spots by the bar itself. The bar behind the bar itself, there are Jawas. Some of them are barely like, you can see like this much of their head at the countertop. Is there like the low? It almost looks like a couple of shark fins, but it's just the tips of their, the tops of their hoods. It's just like, but it's just the little brown shark fins that keep going back and forth, placing trays in front of people. You see that there are a couple of Jawas on what look like stilts. They have like these like walking leg apparatuses to make them as tall as the other patrons as they're bringing the trays around. A couple of arms that move, not like robotic arms that are attached in the ceiling behind the bar that are kind of like grabbing bottles and then bringing it down to Jawa level. But you are here at the Drunken Jawa. Would you like a booth or sit at go up to the bar?
Why don't you guys grab a booth and I'll place our order.
All right. Go over to the bar.
Yeah, in Jawa, I'm going to point out our table and order a round of drinks for everyone. And I'll introduce myself and then say, hey, I'm looking for a friend of mine. I don't know if you might know him. His name's Tor. Looks a little bit like me, a little older, a little angrier.
You have just described every human that walks into this place.
He carries two big blasters like mine and a sniper on his back.
Mind you, this is all in Jawa, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, those kind of like exact model and make.
I think his his are a little more customized than mine. He's been at it a little longer than I have.
Then I have no idea.
All right. Well, I heard he was palling around with another passing acquaintance of mine. You might know him, Kelman DeSalle.
You expect me to know the name of every individual that comes into my bar?
No, this one's well connected from what I hear. I thought you might know him.
There's a long moment where the two little eyes stare at you unblinkingly. And you're just like, it gets to be almost awkward. And then another Jawa comes over and like brings a couple of glasses. And the Jawa's, you're doing a stare down with a Jawa that doesn't seem to blink.
I'm gonna slide 50 credits across the bar.
The eyeballs blink.
Nope, haven't heard of him. But I can ask my cousin. My cousin might know. He's pretty well connected.
That'd be great. I'd appreciate it.
You guys gonna be sitting over there?
Yep, right over there.
Okay.
And he like walks off and like goes out from around the bar and like goes around to the back.
All right. Sai's gonna go join the others and go, well, I met a very friendly Jawa whose cousin might just know this Kelman DeSalle that we're looking for.
Oh,
Always got a cousin.
So either a couple of Jawas are about to come around that corner and give us some information, or a firing squad's about to come around that corner, and we're gonna have to shoot our way out.
you have to drink
Sounds
this really
about right.
fast.
Yeah, what'd you get us?
If you want to get it all in you, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
You look at the cups, and these cups look like they are capped off tubing, either plastic or metal, probably pipes of some sort, that they just have like a welded on cap at the bottom. They don't even look like they're actual cups. They're just piping that has a cap that they welded at the bottom, and probably it's not going to leak. Maybe you're going to get some sort of tinnitus from this. Who knows? The liquid itself looks like a mixture between coffee, tea, and also smells of alcohol, but it's almost too light looking. Like it doesn't look like it has any thickness to it. It's just really loose, and the way it floats, and almost it looks, you swear this almost looks like dishwater, but it doesn't smell like dishwater, so there's a bonus.
The more I look at this, the more I'm really scared of it.
I'll take the first drink.
Yeah. Okay. Just watch.
The whole thing, beautiful.
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw.
Absolutely. That's a 12.
15 was what you're looking for. It hits like drinking paint thinner and apple juice, but the apple juice is turned into cider. Vinegar. Sorry, not cider. Vinegar. It's just like sweet. Nope, not sweet. And you feel the corners of your vision like do starry, like it's like watching sparks fall but upwards in the corners of your vision, and you don't know if that's like nerve damage that's like now creeping into your brain, or it passes and you feel fine.
Whoa. That was like going through hyperspace without a ship.
So is it good or bad?
Was that a good way or a bad way?
I'd drink it slower if I were you. But if you like paint thinner and vinegar, it's not terrible.
I do.
Actually, that is exactly what I
It's like my
love.
favorite thing. I'm just like kind of curious now. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna down mine.
Yeah.
Are you doing okay? Down yours. Constitution saving throw. Are you sipping or downing? Cora.
I want to fit in. I'm downing it.
Beautiful. Constitution saving throw.
16. It was 15.
16. Yes, 15 was the
Is
DC.
Does it count as poison? Because
Maybe
as
if
a
you-
Zeltron, I get advantage on my checks because I have 2 livers.
Actually, it's an acid, unfortunately.
I would say if you have more than one, you probably would get poisoned from this.
Uh, 20.
20.
Nice.
Okay. Laura, are you downing this one, or are you just watching the kids go ham?
She's just gonna watch the kids go ham,
Beautiful.
sipping it carefully.
Oh, sipping it?
Assuming.
Okay.
Yeah.
No Constitution saving throw, just a Constitution check. Well, I guess that would have been reversed, right? Saving throw would give you a higher thing potentially. Actually, you know what? Sipping it is fine. Constitution saving throw needed. You're sipping this nice and easy. You'll get the same you'll get the flavor profile that we're talking about here. Less so on the sparks that immediately go up the sides of your vision. It's a gentle, warming, numbing sensation though that crawls down your spine, and then
Doesn't
goes back
sound
up your spine.
pleasant.
That's not where warming sensations are supposed to go. Up and down the spine? No? Just me?
Nope.
Nope.
That means you got nerve damage.
Beautiful.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Beautiful. Alkura, yeah, you get the sensation. It doesn't seem to hit as strongly as it did for Sai though. You get there's instead of sparks crawling up the sides of your vision, it's just heat waves. It gets a little blurry at the edges, but it's less so of a mind shock. And the same for Akin, although there's maybe you see stars for a second in your vision, but it's not. It's super
Ooh.
intense.
All right, no more of these before combat.
You
yeah,
know, whatever
definitely.
happens here, I just want you guys to know that I deeply care for all of you.
Thanks, Sai.
Asai. Should be more of these.
You get all of the feels. Yeah,
I mean, I was thinking about getting another one.
I wouldn't say you're drunk per se, but you're definitely feeling very loose-lipped. So, yeah. Almost, I wouldn't say this is truth serum, but this is truth suggestive serum. It's you're probably more liable to say whatever comes to your mind. You won't blabber, but you definitely feel comfortable. You give it a couple moments, you wait and you watch people move in and out of the bar. Eventually, someone does approach your table.
The biggest jowl you've ever seen.
6'5".
Crazy. No, but you do get a Aqualish. They are the ones that kind of look like a spider's head. They have the 2 big fangs in the middle, and then they have 4 black eyes. It is spelled like Aqua Lish, which they look nothing like you would imagine an Aqua Lish would look like. Just going by the name of it. Let me see here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know them.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, a little on the wonky side, but the way they speak, there's a they speak in more sounds, but they have a translator that kind of speaks over and with that, so it doesn't seem as intense grunts and grumbles. It's like you're hearing two different things at the same time. So
Got a big rate.
oh, hello. Ah, Bards in New York. Hello, friends. Good to see you. We're at the Drunken Jawa. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I need Dot to do this and go back here. All right.
So my cousin tells me you were looking for someone.
Yeah, I didn't realize that your cousin would be never mind. What was I saying? Kelman Desal. That's who we're looking for.
You ever heard of him?
Go. What's it to you?
Oh, he's palling around with an old friend of mine, almost like a brother to me. Tor Del Mar. You might know him. Probably not.
I can't say the name is familiar, but Kelman. Listen, I just think that maybe you, if you don't know him well enough, you're probably best staying away.
I hear that. Believe me, I hear that. However, you do what you gotta do for family, right?
I mean, sure, I've like killed 5 guys for my cousin.
There you go. I wouldn't stop at 5 for Tor.
Is there a place that he can find you if he really wants to find you?
Elman? I think he already knows where we're docked. He just doesn't know that we're looking for him now. Because, again, I don't know if they're working together or if it's something nefarious. I really don't know. But, man, I'm feeling too honest today.
Make a persuasion check.
Ooh, that's not gonna go well. That's a 1. I got a natural. I got a natural 2 plus my -1.
Would you like advantage?
I mean, I doubt it's gonna help, but sure, why not?
How go for it? How would you say that Akin kind of helps out with this, or if there is such a way?
Let's see how the roll goes, and then we'll decide.
Okay, that brings it up to a 15, actually.
Hey.
Hey.
There we go.
My highest roll of the night.
Oh God, what would Akin do? Because this is his feed. So the text is he says something witty and it helps. It just gives someone advantage for some reason.
Yeah. How would you add to what he just said?
Just kind of, you know what? Sai is like bearing his soul to this guy, and Akin like pointed and like, come on.
Just give him a break.
All right. Okay.
The guy's
Okay.
about to cry, okay? Just...
Like, come on, man. I haven't seen him in like years, and he's like a brother to me, and he gave me this ship, and now I don't even know where he is.
This doesn't sound like something that a family member would do. Come on, you gotta take care of your stuff better than that.
What do you mean take care of my stuff? Take care of him?
Yeah, the family gotta stick together. Why would you not have seen him for so long? That's pretty sad.
Well, yeah, but we got different jobs to do. We gotta, kind of keep separate for now.
All right, but just because it's family, I'll pass the message along. But the next time, take care of your family. Family's important. Family's everything. I don't know why I turned into what's his face from Fast and the Furious, but family matters.
Just like you and your cousin, right?
Yeah, I'd do anything for that guy. Look at him. He's so small and cute. Anyway, I digress. I'll pass the message along. If you
Thank you.
see,
I
if
appreciate
if it sounds like he's someone, if you're being straight with me, then
Totally.
we'll find out.
Do you think it could be quick?
What, you got somewhere to be?
Yeah, we have a lot. We have a big to-do list.
Oh,
So- As
You-
long, it would just be super helpful.
you here for the tournament?
What?
What tournament?
Yeah, the wait, what's the fucking name? Gracchus. Gracchus got a thing at the arena in like 2 days. It's like it's what everybody's coming to Nar Shaddaa for.
Oh. Wait, what is fighting or something? Zach?
You're telling me you've never heard of the arena?
No, you gotta tell me about it.
Oh my god. Yo, Vinny, bring me another drink. We gotta educate these customers. of
Round
yours.
for all of us, actually.
So, Gracchus has one of the best arenas this side of the Outer Rim. You can see all sorts of things getting murdered, mauled, and dying, eaten right before your eyes. It's amazing. Anyway,
They got some sort of big headliner coming up or anything?
apparently. So Gracchus knows a guy, Clar Baldemiro. He's coming in with some special thing. He's trying to make himself seem more important to the Hutts. Like there's this whole thing. But apparently they've got this thing no one's ever seen before coming in 2 days' time. Figured you were coming in. You said you had a big to-do list, so I figured you were going to be there at the arena.
Well, we could add it to our to-do list for sure.
Oh,
What is
you can't
what is
leave
it gonna
Nar
be?
Shaddaa. Oh, I don't know. That's the big thing. Normally, they set up a bunch of big bounty hunters wanting to strut their stuff, right? Then they bring in creatures from all sorts of places, things you've never seen before in your life. Usually, bounty hunters, sometimes they live through it, sometimes not. That's where the big money comes in. But now, apparently, there's this whole spectacle of whatever this Baldemiro guy's got going on. And Gracchus is inviting some big timers, apparently, to come down and check it out.
like who? Who's the big people?
Beats me.
Oh.
You don't think this Gracchus guy, is he connected to Kelman at all?
Gracchus the Hutt? Pfft, I doubt it. Kelman's. I mean, if I was a betting man, Kelman's just here to make some money off of the thing. He's kind of he seems like he's one of those types,
Would he be the type to hire an incredible bounty hunter to come in and kill this thing and upset the whole betting of it?
I don't know him that well. You should know him. You think
I don't know him, I know Tor.
you think this Tor guy would be someone that would try and outfit himself for this gig?
Honestly, Tor's never backed down from anything, and he's the best hunter I've ever seen.
Yeah, but how many times do they say that and then they wind up on the inside, the wrong inside of a Rancor? You know what I mean?
Ugh.
I hear you, but I mean, I've taken on everything from Rancors to,
Did you fight a Rancor for real?
Yeah, did you
Like
fight a
you haven't?
Rancor for real?
yeah.
Why didn't you ever tell me that?
I didn't think it was relevant. You
Seems
just
pretty. That's a cool story.
you got a big rifle like this. You shoot from a distance. You fall back. You shoot. You fall back.
You think you know someone. Clearly, this guy doesn't. He doesn't take care of his family. He doesn't tell you nothing. Like, are you sure you really want to be hanging out with this guy? He seems like he's nothing but trouble.
He's all right.
Oh, Sai's the best.
No, they're
He
the
likes
best.
to save stories to sprinkle them like just whatever, you know, it keeps things exciting.
You know, I had an uncle who did that once. Got himself into a load of bantha poodoo.
Oh,
What happened?
I told too many stories. Most of them were, you know, fictitious.
oh,
Yeah.
making it up.
Yeah, kind of got in over his head, and then he lost it.
Well,
I'm sorry.
that can happen.
Yeah. Well, you know how it goes. He's like, well,
Okay.
Yeah.
these drinks are really potent.
I feel like everyone's being really honest right now. I'm kind of loving it.
Yeah, I don't normally talk this much about myself, so maybe on to other topics.
He looks over at Alcura, and if there was a way of being like,
Now is your time to ask all the really good questions.
that's totally what he's like. He's like, he's like,
You know, you four are all right, I guess. You're kind of quiet.
he looks so he's like points over at Lore.
You're kind of giving me the EBGBs right now, if I'm being honest. Just the way you're
Oh, yeah.
staring at me.
She does that.
She's just gonna laugh and say, "Yeah, no, I do that."
You give people the EBGBs on purpose?
I mean, I don't think it's on purpose, but it just happens.
Okay.
It's not like she doesn't lean into it, though.
It's kind of like her fun thing, you know, like
Yeah. It's actually been really beneficial to someone like me, having someone like her just there in the background, kind of staring at everyone I talk to. I'm not so good with my words most of the time, and why am I telling you all this?
You seem to be doing all right to me.
yeah, it's really the words are just flowing right now. I'm really loving it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I think it might be the drinks. He finishes his second one.
To that effect, Constitution saving throw. DC just went up.
Well, I didn't down it. I've been drinking it through the conversation.
Okay, you still having a second one.
I'll still make it. Ooh, yes, that's a 23.
Okay.
Hey!
All right. The gentle sparks that you would see have now just receded to like blurriness, but it's starting to like your vision's like hyper fixated now. So you kind of have the look of like a cat on catnip. Your like eyes are kind of dilated, but you're just like you're so like everywhere you look, it's if lasers could come out of your eyes, there would be holes all over this place. It's hyper fixated, but you're doing great. You feel good.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without any of you. You know, all of you have been so awesome and supportive, and you know, shit would have felt empty without you. So,
Oh my gosh.
what are we doing here again?
Wait. I like take like my little communicator. I just like push record.
Oh, by the way, I totally didn't introduce myself. I'm Pungi.
Pungi, nice to meet you.
Nah, nice to meet you.
Cyclodane.
So Pungi, this arena thing,
Yeah.
just some new guys spectacle, or are they still taking competitors?
I mean, I don't know. Like, from what I understand, this Baldemiro character's kind of got this whole setup. Like, he's got his thing, and then he's bringing in his other things. You know. So I don't know if you could like get in on that. You would probably have to meet up with this Baldemiro character. You know, if you wanted to be in his team, but. I mean, I don't know. I normally don't mess with crime syndicates if I'm being honest. Like, I try and stay away from that as much. I know. Look at the face and you're like, oh, this guy's gonna be bad news, right? I get that rap a lot. Don't worry about it. But, like, I mean, you know, how can you miss out on good entertainment? You know, even if it is a crime Mora thing.
Oh, that's a
This
crime
is a
Mora
crime
thing.
Mora thing.
Oh yeah, didn't I tell you? Like the Baldemiro, he's like one of the Crymora guys. They're trying to like do an impressive thing for the Huts, trying to get on their good side. You know, they're kind of one of those up and coming kind of gangs. You know, they got nothing on like Black Sun or Crimson Dawn. Like I personally am always been a big fan of Kira. She does all right.
Oh. Okay, so Crymore's trying to get in good with the Huts, and that's why they're hosting this whole thing? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, something like that. And so the Huts are like, you know, they're like, oh, you got a show for us? Cool. You know, we're gonna invite some big timers. They're gonna see what kind of show you got, what you got planned.
And so if we wanted to join the entertainment, we'd have to talk to Baldemiro.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Where's he hang out?
Yeah.
With Gracchus usually, yeah. Like especially these last few days,
A Hut and a Crymora hang out in the same place?
Well, kind of. The Gracchus is hosting them, you know, while he's doing them this favor of bringing in
Like
this
an
big
ambassador
deal.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess you could call it something like that.
But don't the Crymoras already have some sort of base of operations here?
Beats me.
They don't like, they're not super
thought they
big here, I guess.
At least
They're
not.
pretty public.
I mean, they can be, but this is a hut place. You know what I mean? Like, the huts kind of like they loan out the little turfs to all the other peoples. Like I said, I try and stay away from all the crime politics. It's a lot more confusing to me than even the real
Sounds like
politics.
it. So there's a name I was like hearing being thrown around of like some Hut representative, like Naug or something. Do you know who that is?
I mean, the Huts usually got a lot of representatives. You know, they don't always stick their hands in all the pots, though sometimes they do. That doesn't sound familiar to me. I don't think at least he's not related to Gracchus. Maybe, but there's also like, you know, now Hut is just
Right.
that over there.
So yeah, there could be like anybody. Okay, that makes sense.
What you're looking for the representative also?
Maybe. I don't know. It's just like I've been trying to like I heard the name somewhere, so I've been trying to like connect some dots, but it doesn't
yeah. Right. Well, you know, it's the one thing I can tell you about, you know, this side of the outer rims, you know.
You can tell he's starting to fill the drinks too, because now he's kind of starting to do the more of the rambling things.
Yeah.
You got to know who you're talking to, right? And then like with the Huts, there's just so many of them. So sometimes you talk to the wrong Hut, then you get on the bad side of the bigger Huts, you know. But then if you get too close to the bigger Huts, the little guys that get you, like it's a mess. It's a mess. It's very complicated. You're telling me. That's why I just choose the little guys like Vinny. Vinny, I love you. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, so the arena thing. Yeah, you're gonna go? Like I could, you know, there's probably still some seats. I could probably save you some.
I was thinking about more like an entry into the tournament.
I mean, depends, I guess, if you can get in with the Baldemiro, the Crymora people, you know. If you got an in, then maybe you could find a way, but I don't know. It seems like it's their whole setup's already done. But who am I to tell you? I mean, I would rather be enjoying the show, you know, with you around than like having to watch you get eaten by whatever thing that they're gonna bring on.
You know, what would it cost us to get?
She's pretty cool, and you know, even with the ibby jibbies, like, yeah, I hate to see you go. You know, you got a nice face.
really sweet.
All right. Well, what would it cost us to get seats?
You know, I know a guy. I got a cousin. Not Vinny. I got another cousin. This one's like a real cousin. Well, you know, family's important. It's all about family. I'm telling you. Anyway, I know a guy. and he gets me chickens. He gets me chickens for cheap. He gets me tickets for cheap. You know, forgive. I'm
Chickens
starting
and
to,
tickets.
Yeah,
It's quite
yeah.
a deal.
You get food and you get a place to sit.
It's dinner and a show. What,
dinner and-
what do you ask for?
You watch those things eat, and then you eat at the same time. It's like you and the things, you and the beasts are like one. It's a whole experience.
We gotta do this.
Yeah, well, I mean, I also wouldn't mind meeting up with this Baldemiro character and seeing if we can, you know, I don't know, figure something out. Not
What's
that I
it-
think I'm on Tor's level or anything, and, you know, don't tell him or anything, but, like, he's definitely better at this than I am.
Oh, don't say that.
No, you don't get to talk about my new friends like that. Like you show yourself some respect, both of you. Okay, I don't want to hear either one of you two talking about either one of you. Wait, there was 4 of you, right?
Yeah.
Why?
There's 4 of us.
Oh
There's-
boy. You
Are
need
you
some
seeing
water.
more than that? Oh, I think
Oh, no.
he's done. Oh, no. All right. Well, so much for our
Okay.
message.
And he,
Yeah, wait,
and he
he's
passes out.
Wait, wake him up!
He passes out. Poof, onto the table.
Okay, so
I
cheap
don't
tickets.
suppose some Colto would wake him up.
Ah, they might.
Well, that made things more interesting.
Yeah. I'm a little concerned, I'm going to be honest, that this tournament might be what your parents are being brought in for.
I
What?
was thinking that too. That or tour.
Wait,
What are
why
the
would they
odds?
do that? That doesn't even
Both.
make sense.
Maybe the Empire wants to make a show of putting a Jedi out in front of them and watching them die. I don't know.
Well, there's 2 parts of it, right? Because the Empire wants Alcura's mother, but the other guys
True.
want the father.
Maybe it's the crime lord they want to watch.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Oh, wait, that sounds diabolical.
That Akura just putting pieces together. Wait a minute.
And
Wait, that's actually the worst thing I've ever heard.
and Tor being here at a time when there's this big tournament and they bring in bounty hunters to fight things, that's a little too close to the nose, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Very much so, yeah.
Okay.
So we can get the tickets. I don't think that would be a bad way to go.
Tickets are a guarantee, but then we
But-
should maybe also see about this Baldemiro character, see if we can't
So,
figure out a way to get in.
problem with that. I assume he knows what you look like, right? He points at Sai,
Baldemiro?
right?
I have no idea who
Kimura in
that is.
general, I mean, it
Okay.
depends on how wanted you are, I guess.
That's true. If he's Crymora, that it's possible he knows something about me, but I've never heard his name before, so I think we might be okay. Also, I can disguise myself if we need to.
Be all
He
disguised would
pulls out
probably
a
be best.
Mr. Potato mustache. He just like clips it into his nose. It's like a whole other guy.
I can make a holographic disguise, Aaron. I'm very talented. Insulting my skills. I'm hurt. My
It's a-
feelings are hurt.
It's a You're right. I'm sorry. It's a holographic Mr. Potato.
Exactly. I don't need a physical prop. I can just make a mustache appear.
It's like Superman. You just put glasses on.
Whoa, where'd he go?
Two things also on top of Atkins. 2 things. What?
That's 4 things now. I have to keep track of all.
We're at 4.
You see Sai like,
Yes, I 4. What
what?
we all talked to that stupid lady, the Crymora lady.
Right. Exactly.
So like she
Oh.
definitely knows what we
Yeah.
look like. And that would be really weird if she was like, you know what? I just won't warn Crymora that they're going after
Yeah.
like the people I just sold them off to or whatever. Like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's that. And also she seemed
You're
to
saying we should have
recognize
killed
me.
her.
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, I'm not like a fan of like just like killing people
guess,
when
yeah.
we made a deal that we wouldn't kill them. But we did tell her not to tell, but I feel like she would, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, she's definitely gonna tell. Yeah.
And then also they seem to just like recognize Akin because of the whole clone thing, and I think they seem to
Right.
recognize me pretty quickly. So
That's true.
I was gonna say
So
I don't
what are
know
you
if they
thinking?
recognize me, but,
oh, maybe not.
but they
They get-
would, right?
they recognize
Because
your
again, the
armor.
clone thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But how about this? We get the tickets then. We sit in a seat. We watch and we wait for the opportunity.
Yeah. If
Do you
it
think there's a chance I could take the place of one of the me's?
oh my gosh.
That'd
That would
pretty
be
cool.
crazy.
Hey, I could do that too, actually.
With your disguisey thing?
He just like totally blows a tech slot by like pressing into his wrist pad, and you see a holographic image of something that looks very similar to Akin's armor appear over him.
So we could have like a couple people like in the stands, and, like a couple people on the ground.
There's a lot of potential here for
Yeah.
opportunity. We just have to figure out what the plan is.
And we have to make sure this is actually like a, you know, Crymora could be doing multiple things at the same time.
Yeah,
Like,
they
this
could be
might-
doing a lot of different things, and this might not be connected to your family at all. I do
Yeah.
think that Tor's wrapped up in this. It's just a gut feeling, you know?
I mean, he seems to be whatever it is that has to do with what we're looking for. Yes, he is. He must be if he's friends with that other guy.
But he said he'd send him a message and we could meet with Kelman. We've got 2
Yeah.
days till the tournament, and your parents presumably aren't here yet.
I don't think they're here yet. I don't sense them right now.
So you can see Sai's like struggling to pull his like consciousness to the front of his mind.
I like pinch your arm a little bit.
All right, so what's our top priority right now?
I think we need to meet with that guy.
Kelman.
Yeah.
Okay, but this guy, and he like lifts his head up a little bit,
I
is
Can-
unconscious.
I don't think we need him to get an invite. We just need to be able to get into the huts.
Well,
Whatever.
no, we're talking about Kelman. Kelman, who we don't know
Oh,
who to contact. We
sorry.
don't know
Yeah,
who
he
is.
was supposed to pass line message. I mean,
Right.
I think I can like help him, but it would be like doing something that's like, you know, like
Sai stands up and like kind of stands in between this guy and the rest of the room, and in his Akin like armor, he kind of covers more space and looks a little more intimidating.
oh, thanks. I'll like kind of like try to subtly touch his arm, the guy, and I forgot his name already. I know Vinny's the Jawa, but I don't remember
Fungi.
our new best
Fungi.
friend's name.
Buggy.
Thank you. I'll like take his arm,
Pungi.
and I will spend 5 of my, I don't know what the force ones are called. The
Force points.
Force
force,
points.
Yeah.
Oh, my lend aid to neutralize like a poison. Like
Love lesser restoration on a drunken foe.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically. Or not a foe, but a friend. A friend.
Yes. A new best friend.
A new best friend.
New best friend.
Oh my god.
How much
He's
space
gonna
we got in
join
that
the
ship,
crew.
Si?
Yeah. We got more room. We got more crew quarters. We're good.
You have to lure him to the ship and then immediately take off.
Whoa!
No boy.
And his cousin.
Where? What happened? Where am I? Who? What?
You all right, big
what?
guy?
Good morning.
Is it morning already? Oh my god, I'm gonna be in so much trouble.
Oh no, just kidding. It's only been a few minutes.
Sai puts his hand on his shoulder and be like, "You causing trouble?"
No, wait, who? Why do I know? You look familiar. Do I know you?
I'm kidding. He removes the hologram. It's just me.
Wait, do I know you?
We just had a conversation
just
for the
best
past
friends.
half hour.
We were talking. What were we talking about? Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Oh, I thought we like really bonded and
Yeah, we were
I mean,
getting
you're
pretty
just-
close, and then you passed out.
Oh. Vinny, you've been feeding me drinks again? I told you to cut me off at 5. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Did I say something terrible? I'm
No,
sorry.
actually, you've been very charming, to be honest.
I tend to say a lot of stuff whenever I get a couple of those
Nope.
Java
we're
juice.
delightful.
Yeah, you said nothing out of line at all. But
Yeah.
we definitely need the help that you offered us to get in touch with Kelman DeSaul.
Like very soon.
DeSaul. Kelman DeSaul. Why does that name ring a bell?
him.
Do I? I think
I hope I did.
I think so.
You did half an hour ago.
Did I really? Then I probably know him. It's just everything's kind of like my cranium's is kind of spinning right now. There's
Oh, I'm
like,
so
it's like I have more clarity now than I think I've ever had in I don't even know how long. I feel like I can see the entire universe and floating around me right now. I really got to rethink my life.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Well, listen, don't worry. Like, Java juice is only like slightly addictive. You know, there's some narcotics to it a little bit. Sometimes it gets in your head, and you have one, you have another, and then you have another, and then you have another. And I'm pretty sure I've been drinking them since I was, I don't know, like this tall, maybe.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
Yeah, that's me and Vinny go way back. Like we went to high school together.
Oh. That's very cute.
High school.
Yeah.
I think maybe Vinny started
Narsha, not high
drinking too
school.
early. It stunted his growth.
Oh my God, is that why he's so short? I really lucked out. All right. Yeah, no. Kelman. Yeah. It's all coming back to me now. Yeah, he's renting one of the apartments that my cousin owns.
Oh, which other cousin?
Yeah, I've got. Wait, I told you about my cousins?
Oh
You
yeah.
told us about a few of them, yeah.
A few of them, yeah.
I mean, I've got more cousins than I've got hair on my face. But anyway, that's besides the point.
Does he have any hair on his face?
You have like
All over.
7 hairs
all,
on his face.
all over. Listen. Yeah, I mean, like, I just met him like the other day. He was like renting out my cousin's apartment upstairs.
Oh, upstairs in this building?
No, like over by the arena.
Oh, okay. Yeah, over there.
Okay.
Which unit?
Yeah.
I mean, don't worry. Wait, why are you looking for this Kelman guy again? Does he owe you money?
It's
No,
family.
not-
It's
Wait,
family.
wait.
business. Remember?
Remember the family discussion?
Come on.
He's
We talked
with
so much
family.
about
and-
family.
I mean, family's important. That's what I've always
Family's
been
so
saying.
important.
That's why
Sure
all the
is.
cousins, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, is this guy bad news? Should I warn my
don't
cousin
know.
this guy's
Is he?
bad
I
news?
don't think so.
I don't think so.
We don't have any reason to believe that.
Okay. All right. Just because if my cousin's in trouble, like I want to try and look out for him, you know.
Well, if it turns out that he is actually bad news or anything, then don't worry. We'll take care of him. We'll get him. We'll run him out of town. You know.
Oh. And cut me out of the fun? I mean, come on. Like, you know, I'd kill a guy for my cousins. Like,
You're welcome to come with us if you want to.
I've killed like 5 just for Vinny.
We'll invite you then. If
Yeah,
we'll
Pungi,
invite
if
him
you
as
want,
well.
Okay, cool.
We
cool,
could go
cool.
there, Pungi. We could go there right now. You could just walk us right over there. We'll
Yeah.
talk to him. If he turns out to be bad news, all 5 of us will run him out of town or underground. You know.
We were even talking about going to that show together, potentially.
Oh, the arena, right?
getting us
Because it's like
tickets.
the big thing's coming up in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Having this
I
whole
told you about that?
conversation twice.
Man, we really did talk for a while.
We did. I'm saying we were really good friends.
I
We'll
don't.
speak
I
again.
just. I can't believe I just had this sudden clarity of mind. It's like insane.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever, like I said, I don't think I've ever thought so much
Wow.
in a
You
really
should
long time.
hold on to that feeling. It's good
Yeah.
for you, I think.
He looks like he's about to go order another round, and then he's like,
So, Kel, you really think Kelman might be bad news? Should we go right now?
We should go right now.
Yeah.
All right, let me pay my tab. Hold on.
and he gets up and he goes, Vinny, how? He's like, you can hear him just like, Vinny, how much do I owe you? He's like, he comes back like a moment later, and he's
Before
like,
he comes back, she just like whispers to you like, the force is no joke.
In size, somewhat inebriated state, he's like, yeah, she's right.
this is amazing.
Akin takes another drink.
You're basically having the Jawa juice equivalent of like, oh my gosh, what was it that used to have LSD in it? And it was like green. What is that called?
Absinthe.
Absinthe. It's like, it's just like you're like 5 seconds from going on a major trip. Yeah, fun. Yeah, he comes back.
All right. You guys armed? Wait, I see you. You got blasters. Yeah. And yeah,
We're ready to go.
But you two, like, what are you like? You got knives or something?
They're ready to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Teres Kasi. I see you.
He says, I see you, and he does like, instead of going like this, because he's got 4 eyes, he does four
Does
fingers.
four.
He does 4 fingers. He just goes like, I see you.
I love that.
All right, so yeah, he leads you out and into Narshada. You leave the blah. I'm gonna stop talking like this now. It's gonna be very difficult. Oh no, because he's still with you. I can still talk like this.
Okay,
He's still
he's coming with
doing
us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
and then
That's right.
afterwards
I
he's
forgot.
doing-
Yeah, it's fine.
He'll be with us forever.
He's for new traveling.
Yeah, yeah. Like some people get goblins, some people get Aqualish. You know, it's fine. Once you go Aqualish, you never go back. All right. Let's see. All right, this needs to calm down a little bit.
Does it though?
Doesn't it though? Okay, you basically take a hike. There's a fair amount of walking. The whole time, man, like most of the time. This Bungie is getting to know you for the second time. He talks about his mini cousins, of which he has like a spider-like face. So there's like plenty of hair on his head. He talks about this cousin and that cousin. This particular cousin that you are going to, his name is Vac.
What species is he?
He doesn't specify.
Fair enough.
But you know, at this rate, who knows? Like you're imagining it's gonna be another Aqualish, but you also met Vinny, the Jawa. So who knows? Once you guys are arriving, though, you do see you get around one particular corner and out you get to see a nice little vista of cleared out buildings that have there's like a central like arena amphitheater. Massive place. You're probably about like 2 miles from this place, as you can see out across this valley in the cityscape. He takes you over to one of the high rises. And as you're in the lift up to his cousin's place, you're going higher and higher, and you can kind of see that this is one of the closer buildings to the arena. And as you're riding the lift up, you start to see over the edge of the walls of the arena, and you can see into like the stands. Like you're still probably about a mile out, but even from this mile, like you get to see a fair view in, and you can see that the bottom, the main floor has like what looks like rubbled ruins, maybe the crash remnants of a ship is like set up and stuff for this, but you don't see, I mean, there's not like there's people in it right now. It's just like you can see that it's got a decent view.
Fair enough.
So yeah, like so as I was saying, like my cousin's, he rents out his place, to passing visitors or whatever. Normally it's like no big deal, but I told him, I said, like, this Kelman guy, he comes from nowhere, like nobody's ever heard of him, and he's just like, oh well, he wanted this one particular apartment. My cousin's like, he does okay, he does okay. But this guy was offering him like 2 times the amount, just no questions asked, all this stuff. He's just going on and on and on. The last couple of days he's been a pretty good tenant, hasn't had any problems. But I always thought that was like a weird vibe to this guy, And now that you're saying it, now I'm starting to wonder if he's actually bad news. I'm kind of glad that that I got you guys to go with me, Sorry.
Yeah.
Like I'm speaking in like 5 languages right now. It's crazy.
Your head's a little foggy. I can see that.
No, I'm clear. Like this is my first time being sober, and I don't even know how long. So
Yeah.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I ran into
It's
you
like
guys.
an adjustment, I'm sure. You're doing great though.
Like I feel like I really need to do something with my life.
Oh.
All my cousins are like, they're all in businesses of their own, and what am I doing? I'm just go from cousin to cousin.
Well, there's open crew quarters on the Wayfinder if you're looking for your path in the galaxy.
No, get out.
Yeah. We got openings.
Well, I mean, what am I gonna do? I mean, I'm just like, I guess you already got, these amazing fighters on your hands. Like, I don't got no skills.
No, that can't be true. I'm sure you're good at lots of things. Yeah.
I mean, I did like crocheting. I always was really good with that.
Oh. That's cool.
That could be a business.
That could be business.
I mean, if you mess up your garments, like I can patch a hole. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you know how many blaster holes I fix on like some of my cousin's clothing? Like they get shot at a lot sometimes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I can see that being needed.
Anyway, we're here now.
The doors.
We are here now.
The doors open, and there's like this
felt
long
like
glass
Aaron's
hall.
notes just loaded.
This was like the loading screen as like you were going out. Yeah.
Anyway, we're here. Shut up.
No, like the door opens and like it's and suddenly you are there. This hallway, and so as he had already stated, this hallway is above where his cousin lives. Like this is like an apartment spot up above. There's like a glass hallway or a glass wall on one side of this building that overlooks like this valley in the cityscape, and then there's like 4 or 5 like apartment doors that you can see that kind of like line around the corner of this like round part of the building. Punji grabs a small blaster and like unclips it from the holster at his side and just keeps the hand on it. He's like, he points down and makes like a clicking sound, 3 clicks.
It's that one right over there.
Well, Sai's gonna walk on down and kind of lock eyes with each of them individually, make sure that they're all ready. And once he's sure, knock on the door.
Knock on
And
the
then just
door.
casually place his hands on his hips, just above where the blasters are.
Places the hand on his hip. Clock, duck, 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 duck. No response.
I'm gonna pound a little bit harder with my fist.
Boom, 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 boom. No response.
Is there any way to see to see if someone's in there ignoring us or if there's nothing?
There's no windows on to the inside, and most of these doors, while they have like a viewport on to like face out so someone can see who's there, you can't like see in.
Any of you got, detecting beings abilities?
I could do a little whisper if someone's in there, but then it's a little revealing.
Yeah, Punji is like he stays like back. He's basically letting you guys do this.
That's totally fine. Yeah.
But he's like he watches the lift and he just kind of like nods like, yeah, that's where you need to go.
Mm-hmm. Bungie, can you get us a key?
He
I was
looks
just gonna
back.
say let's push it open.
Oh.
But
Oh, you wanna go? Is he not there?
No one's answering, and
Yeah, I could
unless you
yell on
want
the
us
door
to
and be like, hey.
cut the lock off.
Yeah, I don't want to cause any property damage. Just like my cousin
That's
will
what
have
I
my
was-
head.
That,
That's what I was thinking. So if you could get us a key, that'd be better.
I feel kind of bad though, right? Like, what if he's like undressing or something? That would be pretty embarrassing.
what if he's hurt?
Yeah. What if he's bleeding out in there?
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna go downstairs and see if my cousin's home.
He like goes to the lift and he's like, I'll be right back. The door's closed and he like disappears. Do you wait
Sweet
for him to
guy.
come? Sweet guy.
What's that?
Do you wait for him to come
Said
back?
Sweet guy.
Yeah, nice guy. Yeah, I mean, what else are we gonna do? I guess
I-
you know.
Well,
Yeah,
now
I'll
that
just-
he's gone.
Well, like, if you guys want me to like, I can use the force to like carry a message if he's in there, but it's just then he'd know I can do it for him.
Oh,
But
okay.
if we feel like that's okay, then
I
don't
mean,
mind
it doesn't
doing
matter to me one way or the other. It's not like
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him take you. So
Okay. Yeah, we're good at that.
Okay.
So, the range is 120 feet. And it
It's not
looks
anybody
like-
you have to see, right?
No, it looks like metal can block it, but it's like an inch of it. So I don't know if the door is like thin enough that I could still.
Yeah.
So it
It's
depends.
basically like message, right? Basically.
Yes.
yeah, it's message.
Fuck it. I'm sure the door is thin enough. It'll be fine. It's plasteel. It's plastic steel, right? So would that even count?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
So
It's
she's
true
about to
still.
start, and then she goes, "What's his name again?"
Hillman.
Thank you. So I'll like point and just in my mind, I'll just like send the message like out and be like, Kelman, we're the people that you hired earlier. We really, 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 really need to talk to you, please.
There's nobody home. You connect with no mind.
Okay, I don't think there's anyone home.
Yeah, I figured. Damn.
He could still be delivering whatever that was.
Oh, true.
You the door opens on the side, and for a brief moment you guys like turn just like and you see Punchy up coming up with his cousin, Vac, also an Aqualish. Finally, cousin.
Makes sense.
Real cousin.
They speak to each other briefly in their language, and you just and it's just like you're like, oh, it sounds like they're arguing back and forth, and then Punchy turns to you guys.
Okay, he said this is gonna like violate some privacy things, but you know, he doesn't care as long as the money's good. And I told him I'd pay him some money, so I'm gonna need some of that from you. Anyway, but we'll talk about that later.
Sort that all out.
Yeah. Here's the key, and swipe.
He swipes the key card, and it like ding, and then it splits open. There is a darkened apartment in front of you. And who steps in first?
I'm actually going to just trigger the on-off ability of my wrist pad and turn the lights on inside.
The lights go on inside of this apartment complex. It's it's moderately nice. It's like a 2-bedroom, 1 bath kind of situation. And it is a mess.
Ooh. Okay. Well,
There, as the lights turn on, you see that there is data pads and blueprints on the table. There are canisters of things on like one of the nearby countertops of the kitchen. Cases and boxes of things, like ammo, almost looks like crates that are like stacked on top of each other, like 3 high on the back wall. Yeah, there's just stuff everywhere, like packs, backpacks. You can see do you guys walk in or just from the door?
Walk in.
Well, we're definitely gonna walk in, but I wanted to see first,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
now that we can see, I think I'll draw both my pistols and walk in.
Okay. There's all manner of equipment in here. Varying in different kind of complex looking things, some of it not so complex. You see wires. Make a perception check for me, or investigate. Actually, make investigation.
Investigation?
Mhm.
That's a 25.
Ooh.
And the rest of you?
Something good at.
8.
8. Beautiful.
20.
20. Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Akura, this person definitely doesn't clean up their space a lot, and there's all sorts of really technical looking things. So there's a lot happening here, but for those who rolled 20 and up, there is I would say you guys are familiar enough with the state of the galaxy to know when someone is planning something. This guy is planning something.
Yep.
There's detonators here, like timed detonators. Not like the bombs, but like things you would use to time a bomb. You see spools of wire. The ammo crates definitely, while they are like locked and sealed, this is definitely look like they would carry ordnance of some sort. And you look at the plans, and you hear from behind you, because Vac and Punji are on the other side. They have not entered.
Yo, what is he in there? Did you find anything?
No one's home, but this guy's planning something big, something explosive.
for a brief second, you hear them both start to escalate in argumentative sounds as they're like,
Relax.
you look down at as you're saying, you're like, relax. You look down at the blueprints that are on the table. It's an overhead view of the arena.
That's exactly what I
Yeah.
figured. All right, here's what you're gonna do. Close the door, walk away, act like everything's normal. When he comes back to this mess, we'll deal with him.
Is my cousin in danger?
I don't think so. Not unless you engage with him.
Okay.
Stay out of his way, business as usual. Let him come home to this apartment and we'll deal with him.
Okay. Okay. Yovac, here's the deal.
He turns his like starts to talk to him. And they get into another argument. Or at least it seems like an argument. There's like a lot of gesturing going on. Like, no, you then like Punchy grabs him by the shoulders and like turns him around and like pushes him out towards the lift. You see amongst all of the paperwork and some and things a list of names, and on this list are it looks like they've been, well, yeah, there's no paper. Yeah, there's fucking paper in Star Wars. Whatever. There's paper in Star Wars. There's like a list of names that have been like scrawled on. And you see Clar Baldemiro on there. You see under that Captain Ilios. You see Grok. You see a couple of other names, like random, like what sound like, not to be cliche sounding like, but gangster sounding names, like, you know, it's like a list of things, and then circled at the bottom with like a question mark on the side. ISB agent? Question mark? ISB is basically Secret Service of the Empire.
Yeah, but is there a name connected
No, it's
to
just
that?
it's just ISB agent question mark.
What would that be? All right. Well, I guess we have some questioning to do once he gets here. We can't kill him once he arrives. We need to learn the truth.
Well, yeah, I mean, he might be like an ally, it looks like.
I don't think so.
What? Why?
There's a lot of sides on these conflicts, and just because someone's against some of the people we're against doesn't mean they're on our side. You ask yourself something. He's like looking at the blueprints of the arena. How many people might get caught in this explosion that don't have anything to do with this conflict?
It's
Oh.
true.
It would depend on what part he would be blowing up.
Is there any indication of where the explosives might be placed on the blueprint?
This looks like a self-drawn blueprint from like an aerial perspective of this place.
Right. It could be thousands of innocents he kills in this. I don't think we can believe for a second that this guy's on our side. He might be, and I may be wrong, and I hope that I am, but we have to assume this is some sort of extreme terrorist.
Maybe. Yeah. Can we, if we like talk to him though, we're not gonna be like hostile right away. Talk to him first. And see.
We have to assume he might become hostile the second he finds us in his apartment.
Well, if he's working with Tor.
If he's working with Tor.
Yeah.
if he's not using Tor, or he hasn't
Yeah.
captured Tor or killed him or tricked him into doing something.
Is there anything we see with Tor like here in the apartment? Like if we dig through the notes and stuff?
It doesn't look, the only list of names is that one list. It's like written on like scratched, like on a list. The only
Is there
other
anything that might indicate Tor's being here? Like
Yeah,
his
like-
handwriting or something that
Just
would be
thinking
indicative of his abilities?
nothing that would stand out immediately to you. This is definitely giving hideout vibes. And as the door before, I mean, I guess the vantage point that this apartment has on the arena. This is a perfect spot.
Yep,
You guys wait in the apartment for Kelman to arrive.
that's the plan.
An hour passes. 2, 3, 4. And on the beginning of the 5th hour, just when you're starting to be like, this guy's like, maybe this is all wrong, you hear the lift in the hallway open. It does that little ding of the approach.
I'm gonna off every light in the apartment except the one right at the front entrance.
You guys take up hiding spots.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, make a stealth check for me, everyone.
Nice.
17.
17.
18.
0.2.
Nice.
I'm just really surprised at myself.
You find spots to hide, like behind furniture, behind an an ammo crate looking thing. Like you find spots everywhere, all where you have a sight on the door. You hear voices on the other side, kind of muffled but talking. And then the doors open as the key card is clicked. Click. And Tor and Kelman are in the doorway. And they stop as they see the one light on and all the rest of them are off. And both of their hands go to blasters. And that's where we're going to end. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh my God, Vix.
So
Ambushed.
Attackers! Beautiful.
Yes.
All right. About to get some answers, maybe.
So good.
Are you
We'll play
excited to
next
play
week.
my old character next time, Aaron?
Oh, I'm so excited. You have no idea.
Ooh.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, you'll do
Amazing.
great.
Tor is my first ever Star Wars character.
Aww.
That's cute. Yeah, is he like an older guy or is he younger? Or...
He's not old, but he's older than Sai. Like he
Okay.
was, Sai was like really young when he got into like the Ember Wings back on Cabrera.
Uh-huh.
But Tor was more of an experienced veteran pilot. At the
Okay, so
time.
he's what, like
He's
early or late
at-
30s or like
At this point, he's probably late 30s. Yeah.
okay, cool.
Super fun. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for yet another lovely evening
Thank
Filled-
you, Aaron.
This was so fun.
filled with so many fun little things.
Fucking just crazy espionage and
know.
drunken Jawas. And I never know what to expect from Aaron sessions, and they're always so fun.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that was good.
All right. Well, thank you for another wonderful evening filled with Star Wars land and drunk NPCs. Apparently, we're just, you know what? I think by the end of all of this, we're gonna just have gone through so many cantinas, and we're gonna make a wine, like a drink list of like,
Yeah.
how Chris tastes across the galaxy. She's gonna write a journal. It's gonna be a drink vlogger now.
I think we should have like the official guide, like the Michelin guide. We'll have like the Wayfinder guide,
Yes.
and if you get a
Wayfinders.
Wayfinder star, you're like really on the map. you
Yes.
Yeah.
Like best friends to meet at this bar, and then we like
Yeah.
list all the friends we made like, in the bar.
Little holographic pictures.
With a picture. Yeah.
Oh, Kura and like passed out drunk people.
Yeah, everyone's passed out except Alcura because of her 2 livers. She's just like,
Woo!
Everyone had a great time.
Yeah, bottle in each hand. It'll be great. All right, beautiful. Well, we look forward to next time. We will see everybody, I guess, next week. Well, those who are here for our channel will be here next week, Tuesday, for our final, one of our final epilogues for our Greek campaign, and then a Wednesday for Vampire, and Thursday for Age of Innovation. So we will see you guys soon. As always, stay fey, be brave, safe words mango, and may the force be with you. Bye!